Hey, what is up guys? My name is Naga220 and today I will be doing an in-depth analysis of the long-awaited survival DLC that's included in the upcoming patch 1.5 for Tom Clancy's The Division. Of course, Massive has not yet officially announced a release date. However, the DLC is currently available on the public test server, which unfortunately you will only be able to access if you're a season pass holder and you play The Division on PC. Massive has indicated that they are actively working on getting a PTS up for console players, but because of the technical challenges with Microsoft and Sony's architecture, they require more time. It is important to note that the next major PTS update, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of hours, will be temporarily disabling the survival DLC so that players will be more inclined to test the other features and changes included in patch 1.5. But don't worry guys, I am sure they will enable the DLC again later on. Now, I have rigorously playtested the survival DLC over the course of the last 3 days, and I can safely tell you that it is insanely awesome. Words really cannot describe how excited I am for this, and if you're a hardcore fan of The Division or thinking about jumping back in, especially if patch 1.4 didn't really convince you, trust me, patch 1.5 will. Survival provides you with an entirely new way to play The Division, and in my honest opinion, this is what The Division's main endgame activity should have been at its launch. This is a ballsy move by Massive and I have to give them credit for it. The concept is absolutely fantastic and I really do hope that they take their time, test, and tweak this content to ensure that it's absolutely perfect upon its release. So, what exactly is survival game mode? Let's bring you up to speed, agents.
Better get yourself into a hazmat suit, Agent. We just got word that the experimental antivirals lost in the Dark Zone have been located. There's no time to wait. You and a team need to go secure them right now, or someone else will.
Come on, move it! We don't have much time! We need to be in the air before the storm hits!
But we've got a storm coming in. They say it'll make Sandy look like a snowball fight. We're locking the base down for the duration, and Rhodes says the weather might bork all our comms, so we can't count on being in contact.
Hold on! We'll be there soon!
Just get there before the storm really hits. And listen, do whatever you need to do to get back alive. You're needed. Lau out.
Now that you've been briefed, let's take a closer look at this new game mode. Survival is a separate 24-player instance that utilizes the entire map. The light and the dark zones have been combined with extreme weather effects and a bone-chilling soundtrack to provide seamless exploration and an incredibly tense atmosphere that is quite reminiscent of the legendary horror flick The Thing by John Carpenter. You've lost your team and all of your gear in the crash, you're badly injured, all communications are down due to the severity of the snowstorm, and if things couldn't possibly get any worse, you've also been infected with sepsis, and you have a fixed amount of time to complete your mission before you succumb to your injuries. The main objective of this game mode is to get to the DZ, get the antivirals, and call in a successful extraction, fending off hostile agents as well as the new Hunter faction. However, this is a lot easier said than done. You are able to choose between a PvP or PvE instance before you queue, and you can also queue as a group or a solo player. The fact that you can choose between PvP and PvE is what makes this new content a game changer. It is important to note, however, there are not enough resources on the map for all agents, so even on a PvE instance, it's still going to be very competitive. You also have the option of grouping up with other agents you encounter in the session. However, there is a limit of 4 agents per group. Your starting location is at the edge of the map, and you have to work your way through the city in order to get to the Dark Zone. Other agents will also be deployed at designated locations. The closer you get to the center of the map, the tougher the enemies you face. But be warned, even those on the outskirts of the map can be quite challenging, considering all of your starting gear are the lowest tier, and your starting weapon is a mere pistol. As you progress through the streets, you're going to need to gather supplies in order to upgrade your gear, craft active skills and mods. Yes, you heard me right, folks. You have to craft your skills. You do not start with any active skills, and from what I have seen, it seems you don't have any passive skills either. There is permadeath. When you die, the session is over for you. Unless of course you are revived by another agent, or you manage to revive yourself using the new medkits, which, by the way, are few and far. There are roaming enemies that are constantly patrolling the survival zones, and they are very tough, so be advised, proceed with caution. The map is the same as the current open world, but it is almost unrecognizable due to the extreme weather effects and very low visibility. Everything is covered in snow, and that's no exaggeration. The survival game mode functions independently from the world tier system, so everybody can play together. A level 30 player can play with a level 10 player, and because everybody starts with the exact same gear when you spawn, it's a level playing field. You gain experience from all the activities in survival, so it is quite possible to level up your character by playing this game mode exclusively. It also becomes available to you the moment you unlock your base of operations. There are a few new mechanics that are exclusive to this game mode, and I'm going to briefly highlight the ones that heavily influence gameplay. Firstly, your sepsis infection is progressive. It is life-threatening and cannot be cured as long as you're in the instance. You must be extracted in order to be treated, otherwise the infection will eventually kill you, ending your play session. The rate at which the sepsis infection attacks your body can be significantly reduced with the use of medicine or painkillers, both of which can be found throughout the map. Secondly, you have to manage both your hunger and thirst. If left unchecked, hunger will negatively affect health regen, and severe dehydration will result in greatly obscured vision. Thirdly, cosmetic items are no longer cosmetic. They now have a temperature rating that slows the onset of hypothermia by protecting you from the icy cold winds of the storm. The higher your combined rating, the longer you can stay outside without having to seek shelter or a safe house to warm your body up again. Luckily, barrels can be lit, and any of the many fires that you encounter throughout the map can be used to increase your core body temperature. There are no more rogue mechanics. In a PvP instance, everyone is fair game. Gone are the days of being shot in your back because you couldn't act on your gut feeling. You can now kill on sight without any backlash. There is also a global notification informing you when an agent is killed and the remaining number of agents that are still alive. Once you're within a certain radius of a downed agent, the agent's location will be shown to you on your map. It is now up to you to decide whether you're going to use one of your precious medkits to revive this downed agent, or kill them and claim all of their loot for yourself. There are also two really awesome changes with patch 1.5 that I think are definitely worth mentioning. First up is DirectX 12 support on PC. If you've got a fairly powerful graphics card that supports DX12, I strongly recommend you enable the DX12 render option located in the Visuals menu, since it drastically improves the game's visual fidelity and also significantly reduces FPS drops when combined with the new NVIDIA Fast Sync vertical sync option. It is important to note, however, that DX12 at the moment seems to be buggy and will crash your game on startup. If you're using any third-party FPS overlays, including Shadowplay, in order to prevent this, you need to run the PTS client as an administrator. I have found that this simple fix seems to have solved most of my DX12 issues in-game, and I have already posted this on the official Division forums, so please let me know if this has helped you guys in any way. Secondly, we are finally getting a bigger stash. Yes, Massive has confirmed that the stash size will be doubling with the 1.5 patch, and I absolutely cannot wait for this simple but yet paramount quality of life change. I am so pumped for this survival DLC, and I will admit initially I was very skeptical about getting a season pass, because in all honesty I didn't think that the underground update was really worth it. However, with the release of patch 1.4 and the imminent patch 1.5, I can tell you that the season pass is now totally worth every penny. Well guys, that's it for my analysis of the survival DLC. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, be sure to hit the like button and drop a comment below. Once again, my name is Naga220, and I will see you in the Division.